Welcome back to Down the Stretch, everyone. I'm Mark Asano, and the Secretariat goes to the locally owned Take the Points for Todd Pletcher and Kent DeSormo. Our first guest this morning, one of our sponsors from Whitehall Stable, a rather new operation in the game. We welcome its president, Mr. Jim Pippo, and its trainer, Mr. Seth Benzel. Gentlemen, welcome to Down the Stretch.
Thank you.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Nice to see you. Jim,
Very glad to have you.
I'll start with you. Tell our audience a little bit about Whitehall Stable, if you would, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having us. Whitehall Stable, we're living a dream here. About a year ago, I decided to up my program to another level to do it for ourselves, so I started Whitehall Stable. And Seth was nice enough to go with me to the first sale. We went to the July Faxton Tipton sale, and we bought our first horses. And what made me happy was that I found Seth, because he had started Benzo Racing at the same time that I started Whitehall Stable, and I just thought it was a magnificent fit for both of us, because I gave him support on the front end of his program. You know, he just has such a resume for a young trainer. He's not only just a fine, great horseman, but a great person too. And I looked at him like with a Harvard, Yale resume, and I said, here's a guy that if he could help me, you know, it would just mean so much. So I think we have a great team. We're good to each other. We have a lot of fun at the sales. We like the sales, believe it or not, as much as probably the races, but we're very anxious to run our beautiful filly this coming Monday, Refined Elegance. She's a New York bred out of Purge, and we're hoping to explode Whitehall, but we're going to keep trying, and we have a real nice crop of 2-year-olds. Some are a little later than others, but one by one we hope to race them, so I think we have some nice individuals.
How many horses do you have, Jim?
Right now we have 13. We just bought 5 colts at the first July Faxton Tipton sale in Kentucky. We're very, very happy. I think we have a nice cross section of horses where we think that some of them can go 2 turns. We bought a beautiful Tappet colt. We bought Sky Mesa, which Seth was really high on. I mean, we love them all for different reasons, but the Sky Mesa, we had great pedigrees on the dam side of the horses we bought. We have a real nice Fleet Alex colt. Wando, not really a real known sire, out of a Canadian, champion, horse of the year, 3-time winner. So we bought a nice Wando colt, and then we ended up getting a Chapel Royale colt. And what we liked, exactly how it played out exactly like we wanted, because some of these are new sires, and a Fleet Alex hadn't really had a lot of winners. After we purchased our Fleet Alex, he exploded with 4 big-time winners. One up here at Saratoga, and the same thing with Chapel Royale. He had 2 winners recently, so we have nice horses, and we just came out with our offering about 3 days ago. So I'd be grateful if everybody out there could look at our offering. And the foundation of any new business is important, but I think we bring a lot to the table. We came in to compete on a national level. I think we've made our mark in the first year. We've accomplished a lot. We're buying horses between $50,000 and $300,000 in that range, with enough pedigree in there, which we're happy about, where the horse can grow into that. But at the end of the day, we think we can get lucky and win some of these classic races. So we're in it to mean it.
So realistically, some of the goals for Whitehall Stable. One of the goals to go nationally? I mean, competitive
Definitely.
At the upper echelon?
Definitely. You know what? As we sell our racing shares and we can do more, we plan on doing that. But like I'm saying, we can do what we can do, but I think we're in a range because we want to buy yearlings and 2-year-olds in training. And I think, we want to get to the big-time races, and our program will just keep elevating. But I think we're doing the right things. And having Seth is just my main man, without him. But he's just so supportive every day. I believe in loyalty all the way. A matter of fact, and my son Vin, he's my vice president of Whitehall Stable. He's outstanding. He brings so much energy and enthusiasm. But we named a nice Spikestown colt Absolute Loyalty, because we believe in that. So Seth and I are a team. And then I'd like to just say one other thing about our program. I think it's very important. Dr. Barry Eisman Equine in Ocala, Florida. He's just the best of best. He's a great horseman. He's a veterinarian out of the University of Pennsylvania. He's highly respected in the industry, and Seth has a wonderful relationship with him. Seth suggested him. And Dr. Eisman, when I went to him, he just gave me tremendous support. You know, when you start a new business, not everybody wants to help you. But he was there for me, and Seth was there for me. And so he gets our yearlings ready. And when Seth gets the horses, he's happy with their development. So we're off and running here.
Well, if enthusiasm counts for anything, you guys are going to go a long way. You actually truly sound very excited about this venture.
No question about it. It's been a dream. It's a passion. And sometimes in life or business, you just find yourself at a certain spot. And I knew I wanted to do it for me and just, you know, go to the sales and just take charge, I guess you could say.
That sounds wonderful. Let's talk to your trainer for a couple of minutes before Seth. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
How many youngsters in the barn for Whitehall?
Well, for Whitehall right now, we've got 6 youngsters in the barn, and you know, all are at different stages as far as their training and their careers. But so far, we've had plenty of starts within that bunch, and we feel like we've gotten off to a good start.
Let's take a look at one of them. This is Refined Elegance, a maiden effort from July 22nd at Belmont. She will be number 5 in here. Seth, talk about this performance, if you would, please.
Well, going in, you know, we knew the distance 5.5 necessarily wouldn't be her ultimate goal, you know, down her career, but we thought it was a good starting point. She was ready to go. She really kind of gets off in a little bit of a tangle, and Rajiv does a good job to get her into the game. She makes a nice little move, as you can see here, and then tries to just keep her position. It was a clever ride on Kent DeSormo's part because he's on John Kimmel's filly, the eventual winner, and he kind of floats us out a couple of times, makes our filly change lanes a little bit. But all in all, this was a great experience for her. We feel like you know, she's going to get a lot out of it. Here you can see she's making another move. And anytime a young horse does that, makes multiple moves within one race, it's really something. Here, I was pretty confident we were able to go past the winner, but John's filly ran a huge race and found another gear, and we had to take second money on the day. But you know, moving forward, we know our horse is a very nice filly.
And the filly who ran immediately behind you, Freud's Notebook, came back to run a big second here last Wednesday. That's got to make you feel pretty good.
Yeah, it sure does. When you're talking about these young horses, it's nice to see horses you've run against in the past do well and go on to achieve things. And just like you brought up that filly, and I'm sure that John's filly has nice things ahead of her as well. So I think we were in good company, and we deserve to be there with our filly.
And Refined Elegance is entered here on Monday, going a little bit longer. How's she doing?
Yeah, she's doing fantastic. She's moved forward since that race, and we really think the 6.5 furlongs suits her very well, and we're excited to lead her over there.
How many starts would you expect from the Whitehall babies at this meet?
At this meet, I think we're looking at 4 or 5 realistically, and I think each horse, we go out there with a certain goal. Tockett's Image made us start at Belmont, and we felt like he was going to need a race, so we were able to get that. We hope he makes it back for this meet. We started a horse, Solid Steel, the other day that is going to eventually want to go 2 turns. So, like I told Jim, as long as we're all on the same wavelength and we have something to accomplish with these young horses and you know, enough room to move forward off of those, I think we're doing fine, and all those horses appear like they're going to do exactly that.
Is your boss always this enthusiastic?
I tell you what, he has been a refreshing thing to our barn. Not only that, as a person as well, they don't come any better than Jim Pippo. Him and his family have been so sweet to us and mean so much to, like he said, he's starting up, we're starting up. We're still in that phase where, you know, everything's changing. We're trying to develop something that's larger than what we are now, and I think together we're going to be able to do it. But they just don't get any better than him. He's been amazing.
That sounds wonderful. Jim, there's a plethora of racing partnerships out there, as we all know.
Right.
What makes Whitehall different?
I think one of the things that really differentiates us is like I said, our team concept program, and I think, and I respect bloodstock agents. I mean, I know some of them, they're nice people, and I'm sure they're fine horsemen, but I like the fact that Seth has had exposure to so many horses on a daily basis. So he's in a position where he's going to the sales with me to pick the individuals that he has to train. So when he goes home at night, he still has the horse there. So I think that, he just does a lot of work, and we're looking in the trenches to find that athlete. And we decided we don't care if we spend $50,000 or $150,000 or $200. When we select an individual, we want to feel right about it. So I think the hands-on with Seth, doing that kind of research and evaluation from a technical standpoint, we're just trying to bring quality. And then, like I said, when our horses go to Dr. Eisman, I think with his experience that he knows just how he wants to condition them to get them to the point for Seth. And, he buys 40 or 50 himself a year, and then he pin hooks them. So I just think I would say it's that, and I think that we care a lot. And if we could get our we have great partners. I'd like to thank my partners today too, for sure.
Sure.
The foundation,
Sure.
and you've been there, and everybody out there listening. We have two partnership concepts, and what we do is on our last offering, what we just came out with, we offer on 2 horses 4 shares, so you could own 23.5% of the horse. But then we also, on 3 of the individuals, have a 9-share concept, so you could own 10.5%, which is good. It could be affordable for one person, or a couple of people want to get in. You can take multiple shares, but I think it's a nice cross section of horses we have, and I think it's affordable. Just to tell you our share prices, because I think it's important. On our Chapel Royale colt, it's $9,800. A Fleet Alex is $10,000. Our Wando colt is $12,000. That's to own 10.5%. The Sky Mesa in the 4-share concept, he's $40,000, and then the Tappet, he's $59,500. So I think there's something there for everyone
Right.
across the board.
Right.
And then we share in the maintenance, and that's billed quarterly.